Alright everyone, I want to introduce you to the most revolutionary and most amazing piece of software since iOS 5 was announced. We are going to introduce you to Photoladder. Alright, so we're a team, book-based, we built Photoladder. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Alexander.
I'm Gideon.
I'm Tyson.
So in the last 2 quarters, we worked in CS210, we worked with Jay, we worked with Jerry from Facebook, and we have built this website, Photoladder. So let's go through that a little bit. Alright, so I want to give you right now the motivation for Photoladder. So right now on Facebook, what we have is one of the biggest sources of photos on the web. There are billions of high quality photos there. But the important thing about these photos is that most of these photos are hidden from you, behind privacy walls. So what can you see? You can see the photos from your friends, you can see your own photos, you can see photos you're tagged in, but there are billions of photos and most of them are from people you don't know, from all over the globe, and you don't know how amazing these photos are that you're missing out. So, and many of these photos also are unorganized, right? They're tagged by the people in them, but there's so much more important information that we can take advantage of. So, what do we hope to do with Photoladder? We hope to make the answer to that. So, what do we want to do? We want to free photos from their Facebook photo albums. We want to make these great photos public to everyone. And we want to let users create albums out of everyone else's photos. So right now, photos are tagged by items, but we hope to tag, or photos are tagged by people, we hope to tag by the items in them, or by the events that they're at. And in this way, create a really interesting, photo collection and photo community.
So a bit of the background and brainstorming. There were some things we wanted to do that are just basic. Pull the photos from Facebook. Facebook now has the largest collection of photos. But as Jeremy mentioned, you don't really get to see all the photos that it has. Is there a better way in which we can provide a user experience that allows you to explore photos so you can click from one photo to the other in the way that you would explore movies on YouTube or in which you would explore articles on Wikipedia? We want to have a super clean and fun interface so it doesn't feel like you're just on a site to click next, next, next on a photo, but rather you're really exploring them. So a bit of the background and inspiration from sites that we took from. So photo sharing, you have Flickr, you have Imagery, you have Picasa. They make it super simple to search for photos. Then on the mobile sites, they make it really easy for you to upload photos and share it with the world. And of course, for social, you have Facebook and Quora. What it really does is build a community around photo sharing, or around their specific communities. And what we want to do is build that community, but for photos.
So who's Photoladder designed for? We actually have 2 main target groups in mind. On the one hand, you have Zach. Zach is young, he's tech-savvy, and he uses the internet regularly for social media and community sites. Zach would love to be able to use Photoladder to explore and share the most interesting Facebook pictures, which up until now have been hidden behind privacy walls. He would also love to be able to create group albums with his friends so they can share the pictures from the latest trip to Tao, for example. Then there's also Joanne. Joanne is a librarian and she spends most of her time organizing photos. We think that she would really appreciate being able to organize the huge pool of really interesting Facebook pictures and curate great photo albums. Because after all, what are we really trying to do with Photoladder? We want to be the Wikipedia and the YouTube for photos. Why Wikipedia? Wikipedia is all about collaboration. And this aspect, the idea that you're able to create group albums, added albums with many people is central to our site. And YouTube, people just love watching random funny videos on YouTube. People get lost while watching those videos. And we want to try to create the same experience for photos. So we want to be the YouTube for photos.
So after all this brainstorming, benchmarking, and user testing, we came up with some design considerations that we wanted to think about in designing Photoladder. So the first, obviously, is we wanted the site to be photo-focused. So in order to accomplish this, we decided to implement a really clean look by removing extraneous features and also by making the user experience really simple. We also leveraged social not only to source the photos from Facebook, but also to allow users to remix albums and comment on photos. We also are really interested in a game-like feel for the site. Originally, we had a separate game section, but we ended up wrapping up a lot of these features into the site itself in order to streamline the user experience. And finally, privacy is a huge concern. Our core premise is that there are a lot of unnecessarily unshared photos on Facebook, but we recognize that there are obviously some photos that people want to have control over. So we only share photos that people explicitly want to share. And a couple of technical considerations. Basically, the technology we're using Ruby on Rails. We're using Facebook to do commenting, photos, login, and like. And we are on Amazon for hosting. So enough talk about that. Let's actually get into the product itself.
Introducing Photoladder 1.0. So a bit about the features. At a very basic level, you can explore Photoladder and benefit from it without logging into Facebook. You can look at the interesting albums of the day, the most popular albums as well. And when you log into Facebook, what we do is we pull all the photos from your Facebook account. So you can see over here you have the unshared photos, and then if you want, you can drag the photos into here so that you can share them with friends. And we automatically suggest which photos are unshared versus shared based on the current settings you have on the photos. And next is we can allow you to create interesting albums. So here are the giant pools of photos that are in Photoladder. You can search for it via album description, via tags, via who created it, and this allows you to create your unique album. So what Photoladder can do is we can take photos out of their albums so that you can create new things out of what already exists. After you've created the album, you can add friends to serve as collaborators. You also have the feature of making the album public so that anyone can contribute to it. And after you create an album, or after you like an album, after you comment on the album, it gets automatically posted to your Facebook wall. What we found through a lot of user studies is that photos is one of the top ways to engage people on Facebook. If you get an email that says you've been tagged in a photo, or there's a photo in which we used there's an album which we used one of your photos in, people almost always click through. So we've talked a bit about what Photoladder can do, and what we have now is sort of an interesting demo to show you what it's capable of, as well as a special shout out to the grads of 2011.
Lights.
Can we hit up all the lights?
Oh.
Yeah.